welcome back to another Project Rebirth review. Today we're going to do a review of the 12-inch version of the DC Multiverse Harley Quinn figure from the Suicide Squad movie. So here's a look at the figure and the box. And on the bottom you can see a picture of an artist's rendition of Harley Quinn from the movie, Suicide Squad logo. On the top, DC Multiverse, clear on one side, drawing of Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn on the other side. And on the back is a picture of the figure and the two other figures in this 12-inch line from the movie Suicide Squad. Alright, let's take a look at the figure out of the box. Okay, here's the figure out of the box, and it does come with one accessory, which is her baseball bat. Her other than her mallet, this would be her other signature weapon with the language "Good Night" printed on it. I do have a problem with this bat, which is the size of it compared to the figure itself. Even with the 6-inch figure, the bat was somewhat disproportionately large, but with this figure, I think it looks ridiculously large, and almost, it just looks silly. It's too tall. See if you look at the size and dimension of the bat, how high it goes up on her wrist, and the size of the bat and the handle compared to her wrist. It looks odd, but this figure overall, opinions may vary on this, but taking a look at her face, I guess maybe a fair likeness to Margot Robbie, but personally I really think that the DC Multiverse line, especially for Suicide, has really been struggling with with the figure likeness on these sculpts, so I'm not super pleased with it. But starting at the top, and here's something that really bothers me about this figure that was not so much the case with the other one, is the hair, specifically these bangs in front that are so rigid and very bizarre looking. It almost looks like some kind of sea monsters coming out of her head, and she's going to get you with her hair. But it looks odd, and actually I think that the face sculpt would have been a lot better without it. And here for comparison is the face on the 6-inch figure, and really, I think there the bangs fall nicely, and it's not some distracting thing like it is on this 12-inch. So moving up along the figure, we have the Daddy's Little Monster, and the tears in this shirt are a nice detail. And she has tattoos on her legs, which actually look like she drew them on herself. And I talk specifically in my review of the 6-inch figure what all those say. But there's a heart with the P plus H for put in plus Harley. I'll Wait Forever. The court jester, and a number of hash marks as if to mark out her time in captivity. On the other leg, I'll Tell You a Secret. And here I'll put it so that you can get a good look at some of these tattoos on the leg. But what's bothersome about the legs, and they did the same thing with the 6-inch figure too, is number one, there's no fishnet stocking or an attempt to even portray that. So rather, and actually on the more expensive figures and statues, you'll see a much better detail in the legs. But essentially all they did was make the legs a different color than the face and the hands. So the legs don't really look like fishnet stockings. They just look kind of odd and cheap. So again, taking a look at the figure, gold on the sleeve. On the back of the jacket is property of the Joker. The way the hairline meets the neck is also kind of odd and unnatural looking. And then no no tattoos of any kind on the back of the leg. The figure has very action figure looking hands with this big wide grip. The hands are very, very rigid. I was able to ultimately get them open enough to get the bat in there, but really feeling at the risk of breaking the hands. So with articulation, the head will spin all the way around. The arms only go up to here, which is a little bit, and it looks like they should go higher, but they just don't, which is kind of disappointing for poseability. Trying to get her to hold her bat behind her neck like in the movies really is just not possible. There is a holster, revolver in the holster. The jacket will open up somewhat, but the gun is just that's all one piece with the holster. It is not removable. The arms do bend at the elbow just to 90 degrees. There is a wrist rotation, but no flexing at the wrist. And the hinge joint at the knee, that makes a really really ugly knee when bent. And no rotation at the ankle or any other kind of pivot. That's all just one solid piece at the bottom there. So if you try to pose this figure with the bat behind the head, this is about as good as it's going to get. Perhaps like that, but really nothing very good looking. So essentially, for bat poses, it's either going to be down at her side in front of her, or it can be placed in a grip in the other hand. And again, this is very, very difficult to do. In fact, I can't do it in front of the camera. I would have to use both hands a little bit more carefully. So, overall, and I don't say this very often, but I regret purchasing this figure. It's really just barely okay, and overall just kind of looks cheap. Here it is compared to, again, to the 6-inch version, and the 6-inch version is just so much nicer in every every conceivable way. But as far as posability looks, it doesn't look cheap. You might say that the face sculpt is better on the 12-inch, but then it's ruined by these awkward and strange bangs. So I would not recommend this figure. I think that better figures will be hitting the market soon, and certainly some excellent statues of Margot Robbie from the Suicide Squad movie are coming out as well. So I would save your money and not spend the $30 that I spent on this, and I would take a pass on this figure. Well, that's my review for today. Maybe you disagree, maybe you think this is an awesome figure. Let me know in the comments. But my advice, take a pass on this one, and I'll see you all next time.